Welcome back to another scenario. Today we will see a scenario where Mesopotamia attempts to conquer the world in episode 17. Before I start this video, it's important to say that this isn't entirely an original idea. Many people have done the Mesopotamia winning in the war of episode 17, as shown on screen, as well as the country conquering the world is similar to Indus Rex. To begin, all of these events will begin much earlier, even before the United Kingdom of Eastern Europe civil war, although the Holy Cities rebellion has happened. Anyway, on with the wars. In this timeline, Mesopotamia will begin with their invasion of Greece. This invasion will go very swift for the Red Team, and after multiple landings connecting up, Greece will surrender, being fully annexed into the Mesopotamian Empire. The Red Team will not stop at this though. Next they will invade into Caucasia, which will actually go a bit rough for the Mesopotamians, but in the end, the nation will fall, also resulting in full annexation. But yet again, the Red Team is still not done. They will surprise invade Egypt, Libya, and Sudan all at once. These countries were not ready for this in the slightest, and were not coordinated in the slightest, and these countries will quickly fall, Egypt being first to go, then Sudan, although Libya was able to hold out a bit as near the end the Triangle Alliance was supplying them. Once again all three of these nations will be annexed into the Mesopotamian Empire. But after these events, much of the world will start to threaten the Red Team in hopes of stopping their mass expansion. But the Red Team was already planning this. In this timeline, the leader will be much smarter and decide to use the Blue Team. After sending tens of thousands of troops into the Blue Team, they will order them to invade into the Arabian nation. The Blue Team will have this invasion go relatively well, especially considering the fact that the Arabian team had most of their troops on their border with the Red Team, not anticipating the Blue Team to be the one doing the invading. After steamrolling this country, the Blue Team won't stop. They will next go into Hijaz, and the invasion will go okay, until all of a sudden both the Yemenis countries will invade into the Blue Team. The Blue Team has to retreat many troops out of Hijaz to help protect their mainland from the Yemeni. Once the troops arrive, the front lines will quickly collapse, with the Blue Team invading into the Yemeni, and resetting up a front line in Hijaz, and even begging a naval invasion into Eritrea, heavily overextending themselves. Something worth noting is just because the United Kingdom of Eastern Europe civil war didn't happen, doesn't mean that it wouldn't, although strangely, Mesopotamia will send heavy aid to the country. But the more important news is that the Mesopotamian leader has met the leader of Morocco, and they discuss a plan to invade the Triangle Alliance. Carthage will extremely increase tensions between the nations over paranoia of possible invasion, making the Red Team seem less bad. But the joint invasion will still commence. It will go very great for Mesopotamia and Morocco, as well as them making a landing in Gibraltar, and the Red Team taking Sicily and almost the capital. Although Rome will join, Galatia will also make a deal with the Diamond Alliance to enter the war. Even better for Mesopotamia is the fact that their troops have returned from Arabia, as well as Blue Team troops being recruited. We will also see continued extreme support for the Yellow Union as they begin to win the civil war and invade into Ukraine. With the new influx of Arabian troops, the Triangle Alliance will collapse. In the peace treaty we will see every nation of the Triangle Alliance dismantled, as well as the Red Team and Morocco taking land into Africa, and also the official Arabian, West African, and Galician entrance to the Diamond Alliance. Anyway, back to the civil war, we will see the Red Team finally invade into Ukraine. The Ukrainians would have done something against Mesopotamia's conquests, but they were too preoccupied. By very soon Ukraine will get jumped, and the rebels will fall, and in the peace treaty Ukraine will be fully divided, including the United Kingdom of Eastern Europe. Something definitely worth mentioning is Peninsula and Caspia, as well as the Circle Alliance as a whole. Originally the Red Team had planned to invade them, although after further planning, they decided to use the Circle Alliance as a barrier between Peninsula and Mesopotamia, but strangely, Peninsula and Caspia joined the Circle Alliance. Even Somalia will, in fear, join the Circles. Although this won't deter the Diamond Alliance, as the United Kingdom of Eastern Europe, with a new imperialist government, will go after St. Petersburg, Arkhangelsk, and Blue Kazakhstan. These invasions will go very quick, resulting in full action to all the nations. Although, scared of them being enemy target, the pink team will join the Circle's team. Next, we will see the Dutch warn much of Europe that the Diamond Alliance will not stop for anything, and that they must join the Circle Alliance to save themselves. Even with the Dutch spreading this, Galicia, the Farmers' Union, and the Red Team, we will begin invasions into much of Europe, aiming to clean up much of the tinier countries. This will go very well for the Diamond Alliance, although the Dutch will still hold out, continuing their propaganda, even getting much unified British support. Not long after this clean-up war, we will see the Diamond Alliance stage a coup in Norway, begging a Norwegian civil war, resulting in pro-Diamond rebels overtaking the nation. All of Europe is quickly falling to the hands of the Diamond Alliance, and the Dutch will send one final call to arms to Europe, almost unifying the British. But not long after, Sweden will be invaded, the Dutch will jump in to salvage land. Next will be Finland, which will be crushed. Pretty much most of the world is under the grasp of the Diamond Alliance, the only remaining strongholds are within the Circle Alliance, and much of Asia. Thank you to the people who watched this, and sorry for the video being kinda short. Originally more was supposed to happen, but due to me having to go somewhere I had to cut this short.